happy to have you here. It's Christmas time, and that means decorating, cooking wholesome meals, baking, and doing Christmas activities. In today's video, I'll be mostly decorating, a little bit of cooking, and showing you the magical snowy winterland we've got here on the Swedish countryside. I hope you'll enjoy. First things first, let's get the Christmas decorations from our storage cabin here on the lot. The cats have been enjoying a little bit of outside time. I'll show you later their first reaction to the snow. It's pretty funny. I'm experimenting to overwinter some carrots and leek. Hopefully it works. We are currently using this cabin for storage while we still settle into the house and organize to get room for storage. We don't have a usable attic or a cellar, but we do have plenty of storage in the house, although this cabin has worked great so far for storage. We started decorating much earlier than we usually do this year. I think it's just excitement of a new house, but also I read so many times that decorating for Christmas earlier can boost your mood and energy during the cold and dark winter time here in Sweden. I am a huge Christmas lover. I would go crazy with the decorations if I could, but we are a bit on a budget this year due to the new house. But I am reusing my many decorations I've gathered throughout the years, along with some new things to give this house a personal touch. This candle is a must-have for me every year. If you do have heart and home candles where you live, I highly recommend buying this Christmas tree one. I am really curious to know if these decorations are common to use where you live, or if you have something special that's a tradition for you or where you live. Here in Sweden we use a lot of these triangle lights in the windows we call Advent candlesticks. And the hanging Advent stars in the windows are also very common. Besides that, we decorate with hyacinths and amaryllis a lot. Of course, candles is a must. The Christmas tree, of course, but that will be put up later on. Anyway, let me know, I'm curious to know. I am always looking to match the rest of the interior with my Christmas decor, using, for example, the pots I already have around to create a Christmas flower arrangement. Sometimes I'll just pop some pine cones and fir twigs and call it a day. I tend to stay pretty earthy and natural with pops of emeralds such as green and red. I want the Christmas decor to melt into the rest of the interior as much as possible, only elevating the cozy feeling. This is the first year I got to decorate outside. Or well, I've decorated the railing on our balcony in the apartment, but that's pretty much it. So this was super exciting to me. I really wish I could have gone a bit more bold, but perhaps next year. We don't have a lot of outside decor, obviously, and it can get pretty expensive, and our house is just a rectangle for now. We don't have a lot of corners, pillars, and lower roofs to decorate yet, so I focused on the entry and adding lights on one of the barns here where we park our cars, so we can see that light from outside the windows, and it's so cozy. I couldn't film in the dark, but you'll get the idea later. Next year we will probably build out this entryway, making it into a vestibule entrance. That is the only word I could find on Google. Let me know if there's a better word, but basically there's an entrance before the main entrance. So that will be more fun and easier to decorate. So on this evening I am making a pie. This is one of my go-to easy and filling meals. Sometimes I even buy already made pie dough, but on this evening I wanted to make it from scratch. To make the dough, I mixed 125 grams of cold butter with 3 deciliters of flour. I pinched it with my hands, but if you have a KitchenAid, you can use that. When it got to this crumbly but still firm texture, I added 1 egg, which equals about 2 tablespoons of water if you want to make it vegan. I plop the dough into the pan and press it out with my hands and fingers until even. I then nag a few holes in the bottom with a fork, pop it into the fridge for about 30 minutes to allow the butter to get cold again. I then pre-bake it in the oven on 225 degrees Celsius for about 10 to 15 minutes. While the dough is chilling in the fridge, I prep the filling. Today I am making a regular meat pie with a few vegetables and my tomatoes from this year's garden, which I am keeping in the freezer for meals like this. This is one of my favorite things ever, putting a cozy robe on, light a candle, sometimes I even put on some music and pour myself a glass of wine, and just being creative in the kitchen. that bowl with cream you saw, I added grated cheese, and I used Parmesan, but any cheese works. Some salt, white pepper, along with 1 egg. You can use more eggs, but I prefer mine like this, and it will settle anyway, depending on the size of your pie. I pour the mixture on top of the filling inside the pie and mix it around a bit and pop it into the oven for about 30 minutes. We're putting the last decorations up. These are mostly new things that we had to buy to fill out some spaces. The house is of course bigger than our apartment was, so we naturally need more things. I found these advent stars in a natural material. They were a bit tricky to assemble, but they look really nice hanging in the windows. This weekend we went to a Christmas market we go to every year. They have a lot of discounted things, and we bought a few of decorations there. And I also bought myself a big harvest basket for next year's garden season. And I'm already so excited for those times who are with me. These are some of the things we bought at the market. I never really used Christmas decor in the kitchen at our apartment because it was crowded. I love this hyacinth vase. I'll show you how to use them in a minute. We have a tradition where we buy a new ornament each year representing that year. And this ornament was this stag. It was very pretty, representing this new house here in the nature by the forest. And a memory we have from this fall is when we heard a stag roar for the first time, and it was incredibly scary but powerful. Another tradition, which I am sure is very common tradition, is of course the real Advent candlestick. Another stag-related decoration that I have, bringing it all together. I always use these dark red candles for this. First Advent is actually this Sunday, so we'll be lighting the first of 4 candles. The birds are really liking the feeders we hung in my last video. They are so cute to watch, as I'm sure the cats think as well. This is how you use a hyacinth vase. It does work with any bulbing flowers, so I'll probably use this for tulips in spring. You can of course use this as a regular vase as well. It's not just for Christmas, which makes it versatile, but you put a little bit of water in the bottom, and I like to surround the bulb with some moss. Sweden can be truly beautiful in the winter. This is one of my favorite weathers, when there are powdery snow. It's not too cold, but the air is still crisp. It's completely silent, but a few birds, and the sun warms your face. We had our first sunlight for the whole month in the middle of November, so about 2 weeks without any sunlight. It was gloomy and dark, but for the last week it's been like this. An incredible winter wonderland, and I have been taking walks every day, soaking every second of it. The cats really wanted to go outside, and they have never experienced this much snow. They were very hesitant at first, but eventually Nova, who is actually the scaredy cat of them two, was brave enough to step out. She didn't seem to mind it at all, but our other cat, Neo, the diva, really didn't like it, but at least he was brave enough to try. We were watching Nova and all of a sudden Neo was in the snow. We don't know how he got there. We think he just jumped, thinking the snow wouldn't be cold underneath the step. Even Nova was perplexed, but he quickly realized he was wrong and he panicked, so we brought them inside. But it was very funny. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely weekend. Bye bye.